Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Al Stock Trade. So in this video, we're going to go just do a surface level analysis to basically bring this to discussion so folks on our subscriber basis and also on our private stock terminal can, start talking about this and, raise it up as a discussion. Because I think that, if you didn't believe in the artificial intelligent movement and the AI movement or the fourth industrial revolution, then I hope that, with your experimentation of ChatGPT, if you haven't done so, create an account and do talk to this AI it's an open source AI from OpenAI here, then I recommend you do so because you'll understand how important AI is, for the next, 40 to 50 to 100 years and until the next advancements that we have in our society. So just very quickly, just to set the tone, I think it's important. I believe I retweeted this. Yes, here. So Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates said that Chat GPT is as significant as the invention of the internet. Okay. And this is the gentleman who created Microsoft. Okay. And we already know that Microsoft has a huge stake in Chat GPT. Okay. So, why am I talking about this right now? And why am I relating it to Clover Health? Okay. More specifically, the Clover Assistant. Well, if you go ahead and look at artificial intelligent market size from 2021 to 2030, pardon me, these projections were made before Chat GTP or GPT was active. Okay. So this open AI, it wasn't even existent. So the world and the people and the statisticians that put this together did not quite understand the power of AI. Okay. That's number one. Number two is if you go to 2019, Microsoft paid, or 2019, 2020, or whatever it was, Microsoft paid, I believe in 19, $1 billion for OpenAI. And then 2-3 years later, they basically 10x their investment to $10 billion. Okay. So based off of this, we may see even 10 to 100x projection in AI market size caps. I don't think it'll be more than a 10x, but some folks, especially Kathy Woods, which makes really bold claims, thinks that it's going to go to $100 trillion, I think. Maybe I read that wrong, but she says some outlandish claims. But I do agree with her, though, there is a trend up. Now, why is this trend existent? Why is this going to increase in market size? Well, you have to understand, if you haven't used this, this thing is your personal assistant to the next level. Like right now, I can basically say, I'll give you an example from a just perspective of just a human. Okay, let me just do a generic email. Generic email. Fake response. Here it is. So your order for BBBY is not correct, sir, madam. Okay, so this is a fake Best Buy thing. So I can tell chat, please respond to this email. My name is Albert. Or how about this? My name is Al Stock Trades. Okay. And then what does the email even say? I didn't even really read it. I've been delivered, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Be like, tell them I moved and do not want the order. Okay. And here's the email below. Then they'll go ahead and chat as chat is writing here. The point of this that I'm trying to show you is that how many people are going to be significant in terms of their time management skills. Software engineers are able to write code through this. They're going to become more significant. Everyone is going to be able to, obviously the level of detail of these emails, no one really likes to write emails, but, now they have a program to do that. And we're just scratching the surface of the capabilities of this AI. So I'm writing a response. So this is my email that I'm going to send to Best Buy. I'm writing in response to your email regarding the order, blah, 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 blah. I am sorry to inform you that I have recently moved and would like to cancel this order. I appreciate the offer of a refund, but please note that I do not want the order to be delivered to my old address or to any other address. Thank you for understanding, and I hope this matter. Okay, I don't agree with that one, but I would love a refund. Thank you. Matter and be resolved. Okay, but you see how powerful this is, right? And all I just did is just took some random generic email and screen copied OCR it to my thing. And this is a technology that I have here. It's really nice. Okay, so I don't have to copy, hands it down. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do something more significant to health. Okay, please give me the differential diagnosis of right upper quadrant pain. That is, it increases with intensity after eating. So just imagine there's a thing called Clover. There's a thing called Clover Assistant, and there's another thing called Up to Date. And what this thing can do is it can basically be self-taught, self-learned to a point where the AI, it's open right now, can be taught Clover's Assistant pathway, or maybe Clover Assistant has their own AI that is being self-taught, which we already know they do. What's going to end up happening is, as Vivek said, they are not an insurance company. They just use the highway of becoming an insurance company to basically be able to go in and spread their AI software so it can be trained. And as it gets trained better, the gross margins are going to start increasing. So already, all I basically said is this patient has right upper quadrant pain. It increases after eating, and it's caused by several conditions. Okay, so sorry, it increases after intensity, and then already, and for all the doctors that are watching, you can this is a pretty good differential. Gastric, peptic ulcers, gallbladder disease, cholecystitis, cholelithiasis. I'd probably add choledocholithiasis, maybe primary sclerosing, cholangitis, all of these other ones. But again, that can be trained on those types of things. But again, those are pretty rare. And then, there's just a lot, right? And all I did was just basically give it 2 symptoms. And I told me, give me a differential. And for folks that are watching, they're not in the healthcare field, a differential diagnosis is just it's a method of basically being able to determine, to be able to diagnose a patient. It's a framework, and it helps you not get the diagnosis wrong. It helps you basically narrow your differential to a final diagnosis, and it's been proven to be really, really, really great. So, all right. So that is pretty much, and this is kind of a bit more information. This is kind of a crappy table. Don't look at that. Okay. So that's basically what I have to tell you in regards to this AI, which basically has been on since November, and it's closed its, curing in 2021. So with the increase in AI in this artificial intelligent market cap size, with the number of 65-year-olds that are turning 65 in America, we're basically here right now. We're right here. We are at the beginning of the S-shaped curve. We haven't even began this exponential rise yet. And then again, this has been curated by old data. Listen, guys, this has been released by 2008. Okay. So we already knew this projection, right? Which is why Clover was invented here. If you haven't realized, Clover and a bunch of these softwares, they're invented right at the beginning of this S-shaped curve, right? Clover was founded in 2014, right before this boom. So it's most likely undergone some training, but now it's going to be undergoing even more training. Okay. So you have a business model, right, that is in an area where it is at the beginning stages of this big boom. Okay, we don't know how much this is going to rise, but we already know that we have a company in this area. And once AI reaches mainstream media, which quite honestly it really hasn't. If you go to the normal, Walmart worker, Taco Bell worker, just a normal kind of like the average worker in America, the normal worker, that does the 9 to 5. If you go, it hasn't reached those folks yet. Okay. This AI is a language model based AI, so it's probably targeting professionals, targeting people that have some form of a job that's cerebral. But once this thing starts to basically take over and make everyone's job easier, I don't know how. Being because I when I was in high school, I used to work in food, right? I used to make chicken shawarmas and all these other things. I don't know how this will help me, but imagine once this does reach mainstream media usage. Um, we don't know how and the level of impact this is going to have on the economy, right? Again, the target population is probably not going to be the typical McDonald's or Taco Bell worker. It's going to be people that are software engineers, people that are doctors, people that are, a lot of folks are saying, oh, a lot of jobs are going to be lost. Potentially, yeah, a lot of jobs are going to be lost. But just imagine those people that do, that chicken shawarma, the Taco Bell, and all these other jobs. Imagine their next level of life, what they're going to do with the advent of software like this. How are they going to become creative? They could literally write their own book, become a ghostwriter, do anything they want, train a model. I mean, if you guys don't know, there's a company called Asper AI, and they're a SaaS company, and they're used by so many companies now. But what's funny is they actually are trained. I don't know if they admit this, trained by Open AI. Hello. It literally is. It has been trained by GPT-3 based language models. Okay, so it has been trained by this website here. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you guys is the level of intelligence of people. IQ results don't matter anymore. If you can literally, the only issue here is the cloud. This is not a Siri where you just gives you a question and it forgets. It remembers the history. So now I'm going to tell it, right? What was my order number? We went from literally talking about, right upper quadrant to now I'm asking it, what is my order number? So it's thinking. Let's see if it's able to, according to the email you mentioned earlier, your order number is this. So are you starting to see the power of this? See, most folks are probably going to use this as just, a one input, one output. Okay, thank you for the question. But understand that you can go back. This has memory. Okay. So the problem is how big is this memory? The next thing I expect, as someone has been in the stock market for 10 years plus, my next level is what cloud service provider are these guys going to use? Most likely it's probably going to be with Microsoft because, right, they have those connections now. And you can literally upload your whole life into this AI. You can upload your experiences, you can upload your resume, you can upload any medical textbook that you basically use to become a doctor, anything you need. And now you have a smarter version of you. Okay? So this is incredible. Okay, now I'm going to ask it some stupid question. How many even numbers in that order number? It's in that order number, but whatever. Let's see if we can order order numbers are typically sequential digits, do not have even or odd numbers. Okay, well, it didn't. I was just seeing if it was able to count. That's an even number. That's an even number. But this is a silly way of using it. I'm just trying to see what are these things limitations. Okay, it can't access paywall. It can't access PubMed. It can't access these types of things. But you should play around with this because it's very clear this is the future, and we don't understand the significance. At least I don't understand how much Clover Health is going to grow because of this movement. We really do not know the level of increase that is going to happen with this company, especially if it's true what Bill Gates is saying, that this is as significant as the curation of the internet. So I wanted to just put this out there in this video. You have literally two beginning parts of an S-shaped curve, because I do believe this shows it more linearly, but I do believe it's going to be S-shaped, where you have that exponential rise. You have two curves here, guys, that are headed towards the right path, and you have a company that is basically training its model as we speak, and literally replaced its CEO with a technologist, Andrew Toy. So I think personally, I really think this is going to be a pretty big impact here. Now, in terms of visionary, let's ask Google, who are the greatest visionaries in the past 40 years, right? You have Elon, Paul. Let's see if even Bill Gates shows up. Oh, there it is. Bill Gates. I actually do believe Bill Gates is a visionary. He created Microsoft, right? In fact, if you think Apple is visionary, you know that Bill Gates saved Apple back in 1997. Bill Gates actually, that's why they're very friendly with each other. Bill Gates saved Apple with a $200 million investment in 1997. So you're saying that Elon is definitely a visionary. Also, Jobs, Steve. Well, here's Steve Jobs, but then here's Bill Gates saving Apple in 1997 with a $200 million investment to rescue Apple from bankruptcy. So, and here's an event. So that's the thing. So just be careful where you get your information from. There's been a lot of hit pieces on Bill Gates, but let's just be very clear. I do believe he is a visionary, and I do believe Clover is tapping into this growth, this rocket fuel that we have not seen before. This is a type of fuel. Every generation has its own fuel, right? We have the internet fuel. This AI fuel is a fuel that we have not seen before, and we really do not know how far, if Clover can tap into this. Obviously, United Healthcare feels threatened. Humana feels threatened, just like how right now Google is feeling threatened by OpenAI, just a $10 billion company from Microsoft. A lot of companies are working hard right now. The question is which company has trained its AI the most? And we'll see right now. We'll see who's going to win this battle. Let's see. Could you play Elon where he talks about AI and what? Yeah, well, definitely will. But Elon is very scared of AI. He believes that Microsoft should not be the one that basically owns the future. Pretty much, like that's pretty much what that is. It's very dangerous. He believes in universal income because a lot of jobs are going to be basically fired. Now, just one more thing about all these UFO occurrences and all these things, not to diverge, but just very quickly about war. AI, the future wars of our time is going to be fought by AI. I know this almost sounds like Terminator and Skynet, but I recently heard a good analogy to our DCF, intrinsic value calculations, that calculate the price target of stocks. I feel like some Hollywood movies are like DCF projected calculations of what the future may look like, and some of these movies have really been spot on. But I do believe AI with Palantir as well is going to be significant. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know about electric vehicles or whatnot, but he did he did create Microsoft, and that was just my point there, right? He created a trillion plus dollar company. I mean, isn't MFT a $1 trillion company? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's almost $2 trillion. Yeah, it's huge. Okay, so based off of this, guys, just really quickly, I wanted to just communicate this with you guys. So, if you haven't realized, when you speak to people about the stock market, it's very hard to find people that are interested in the market like yourselves, right? It's very hard. And finding people that are interested in the market is something that is very difficult, I might say. So, our stock terminal, not only do we have the financial data to help you essentially be able to look at machine learning, projected algorithms, Monte Carlo simulations, data sets, technical analysis, whatever you have you. It also has a group of people where you can sit down and talk, and not just that, call them and communicate with them, and even do video conferences that we do. And then also you can do video conferences. So, what I've realized with a lot of stock market platforms is they don't have an ability where you're able to sit down and communicate. And the issue is if they do have that ability, it's a bunch of trolls, like Webull or Yahoo Finance. You really can't get reliable information. It's a bunch of emotional people, trolls. Some of them basically wanting to, are in a short position and are basically saying nonsense. So I would like you to consider the link down below for our stock terminal. We do have a free trial if you're interested. Also, we have a Valentine's Day coupon code that will be ending shortly. So take advantage of this, because, having a group of people that is invested and is interested in discussing intraday economic, whatever you have you in the stock market, is extremely healthy. Not just because you'll increase your learning exponentially, just like the graphs that you see here, but really to motivate you into wanting to learn more. I mean, it really is true. You are who you hang out with. And the type of people in here are people that, we have our laughs. We have our laughs. But at the end of the day, when we talk about analysis, and then when we do our analysis, and when we speak business, we mean business. Okay, we mean business, right? And it's very refreshing to see. So I wanted to just kind of point, because I never talk about the social element of our stock terminal. I never talk about why I believe in terms of its mental psychology of how important it is to be surrounded by people that are interested in the same things you are. Because if you go talk to 10 people about the stock market randomly, I bet you 9 of them, maybe 8, are going to say it's a scam, or X, Y, and Z, and they're going to have their own preformed opinions. So just think about that. All right, guys. You know, but yeah, so that, yeah, in terms of the whole Gates thing, I mean, I do believe I do agree with him about chat GDP. I do believe that this is revolutionary, and I believe that any AI that you interact with now is going to be 100 times smarter. And this is going to make, my job as a future doctor easier, because now I don't have to answer to emails. I can just basically obviously, if there's HIPAA protected, I'm not going to put it in here. But, if it's like a random email to a colleague or to a research partner, I can say, man, can you please respond to this email and make it say bum, 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 done. Okay. Like, how much energy that just basically saved me? So exactly. So this is the future. But the question is how much is this future going to make us? We already saw. I mean, let's just look at what the internet has done. I'm just picking one successful company, Amazon. Going back to the 90s, it was 18 cents. Obviously, it was a little higher than that, I think, but it's from all the splits. From that peak to high, 83,000%. Now it's like what? 40? No, no. Here, max 100,000 gain. I mean, if you would have put a dollar invested, that dollar would have mean, it's just crazy. $1,000 invested when it was at 9 cents would have given you 11,000 shares. $1,000, sorry, 11,000 shares multiplied by 97. That's $1 million, right? That's only $1,000 invested. $1,000 invested in the 90s would have given you $1 million. The question is what's the next 20, 30 years going to look like? Because that's what I believe we are here. If you look at Clove, I believe we are here. We are at this level. And it may not be Clove, maybe another company, but there are a lot of companies near here right now. We have to find them in terms of AI that are going to revolutionize, just like OpenAI. And those are the companies that are going to be the future. So anywho, I wanted to put that in your ear. I'll see you guys on the next one. This is a little bit of a long video, but again, this whole ChatGPT thing GPT is very, very interesting. And it's extremely, extremely useful. And I wanted to just, have some time to discuss it with you guys one-on-one. Yeah, exactly. They're going to be fought over AI. I mean, if you look at NVIDIA, government, no China. I'm just giving keywords. NVIDIA stock falls after U.S. government restricts chip sales to China, right? Their highest AI chips. Why are we doing now? Because it's the future. It's going to be fun. It's going to be used in war. So I wanted to just point these out because, this was written in August 31st when it happened, and NVIDIA stock fell. If you look at stock here, if you go to year to date, it's up 40. But if you go back to August here, the stock fell, but now it's back up. People forgot about this. The government didn't. Okay, just remember that. We are in some form of a proxy, whatever it is. We are in some form of a war. Okay, and the future is going to be AI. And I would find it a disservice if we did not dedicate our channel to just kind of discussing this. To all of our members in our Stock Mastering Stock Market and our Stock Terminal members here, we're gonna be going hard on finding AI stocks and really trying to also use AI for our brain machine. So if you go ahead and open up our proprietary software here, we're gonna use. We have our own AIs integrated here, but we're also going to be using OpenAI, and we're going to be taking all the data that we have, which is a lot, and we're going to be siphoning it in through the ChatGPT API, and we're going to back test it and direct it back into our stock terminal, and you're essentially we're going to see how this behemoth of a brain can use our already hedge fund data sets and information to really, really make a difference. Okay. So that's yeah, my apologies. My poor doggy, our older golden doodle left, and he loves him a lot. So he's a little sad there, but understand that this platform is going to get 100 times better, right? Because we're going to ride this wave too, right? I want us to have the best information possible. No, yeah, most definitely. And I love the discussion. Because again, that's how we grow. That's why I do these lives. It's a lot of my end. I can just make the video 5-10 minutes and be done with it. But it's nice to have this discussion because these discussions are not being talked about. If you go to the bar right now, you're not going to hear this. You're not going to hear these types of discussions. Okay. It's just how Americans are. Americans are talking about the Super Bowl today. I mean, let's just go ahead and go to CNN really quickly. I'm just curious. Okay. I'm surprised. Oh, there it is. Super Bowl. Right. This is pretty interesting. This is pretty cool. Right. Personally, I use I don't use this to do my news. We have our own news channel on our stock terminal. All right, I'm going to go take care of my little boy here. I love each and every one of you. God bless you. Stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you on the next one.